Okay, now that you have decided to start, now that you have captured a big problem to solve, great, fantastic, welcome to the club. Now there is one more thing that I want to highlight, emotional readiness. This is very important for an entrepreneur in India especially. I call it as 4Fs, 4FS and S in small. What is 4F? 4F is nothing but family, friends, force, finance, and smallest stands for strangers. This plays a very important role because especially in Indian context, we all know we have been hugely family oriented. We have people around us. We have families that is dependent on us. So taking any risk always counts for a lot of calculation. Even after many calculation risk, we still face the challenges. So emotional readiness is very, very important for an entrepreneur in India than any other country. You might get disappointed for any reason. The fluctuation in the startup world is massive. A best example, the pandemic. Nobody ever expected pandemic to hit us so badly. We were all ready, our business was ready, our product was ready, and we were all geared up, and this pandemic comes and just shut down everything. We have to lose everything, the market setup, the structure, everything got changed. Over like 1 year, everything was changed forever. But are we ready for it? Are we ready to take such a big impact? That's why this 4F stands very important. You need good friends. You need a family that understands. Unless they don't support, you might find it very hard. Yes, of course, it will not be the same for everybody. Maybe a student starting a startup might not have too much dependency on family, but a middle level career, a person with a family starting a business needs to take importance of family's impact. Then comes finance. Finance is very important for us, as we all know, that can impact us because unless you are not peaceful, you cannot do a business, you cannot think straight, you cannot think what to do next. So henceforth, your personal finance needs to be taken care. Assume you have not taken care, then there's a lot of issues that might come up and it will always impact your peace of mind. So taking this thought process, how do I manage my finance? What happens if I'm not going to earn from tomorrow, right? What I'm going to put in all my money into this? How do I survive? How do my family survive? This is very important for an Indian entrepreneur to think about and ponder about it. Now comes the friends. Yes, it's very important to have good friends around you, whom you can reach out, who can support you always. You can go with all your sorrows, your sadness, which you never did before, right? You were earning, you never go and talk about your, sadness to everybody, right? But in entrepreneurship, the journey is very unpredictable. One day you might be happy, second you might be sad, and you don't have network to share your thoughts, share your, sorrows or share your problems, then you are really in trouble. Luckily, I have got a very good friend circle whom I can openly talk about my problems, openly say that yes, I started my company but I'm facing problem, who encourages you to stay on that or gives you some guidance that yeah, maybe you are taking wrong step. You need these friends, right? This is very important. Then comes, force, who always look at you, you know what, this guy started or this person started, he shouldn't have done it. He doesn't have his capability. He shouldn't have done that. There is always such kind of people around you. Yes, listen to them, but you don't have to react to them. That is tend to be a common thing in this scenario. Then comes the strangers. They are your real, angels, I would call them, because they are no one to you. They might come and buy your product. They might come and give you advice. They might come and give connections to business. So this plays very important for an entrepreneur. I call it as 4Fs. Always remember, this is very critical. Emotional readiness and also creating such circles around you is very critical. So be ready to have this emotional journey where it is unpredictable. So you have to gain this kind of circle around you that can always support you in your bad time, in your good times. So strangers, I call them as our customers, are always the angels for our success in our business.